Hey, I'm Robert. I just completed Simon Lovell's super high performance program, and I want to tell you a little bit about my experience. When I started, my life had just kind of fallen apart. I was effectively homeless, but I also felt a bunch of stuff had just fallen apart, but I felt free for the first time to just explore my potential and try new things and see what would happen. I'd always wanted to take a chunk of time, go on a retreat or something, take a month to just rebuild my life from square one. And this kind of turned out to be that opportunity. I signed up for a few different programs, mostly around business development and digital marketing. This being one of them. This was the only one that I completed, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. I was still working pretty steady, but I was worn down, but still feeling optimistic. The black ball experience that I think happens in week 2 of the program um, was an interesting re-exploration of old traumas that had influenced me, and really exploring that and realizing that it wasn't so much my past traumas that were holding me back as it was my current traumas that I was refusing to deal with. Um, well, that really put me into a tailspin. I wound up taking a month off of work because, well, I couldn't. I was too emotionally overwhelmed. Um, but that was necessary. I think a lot of healing came out of that rather difficult experience. I also learned that I love to help people grow, but in a organic, spontaneous, teachable moment kind of way. Doing that in a structured kind of way, in a regular content release as a coach or something like that, just doesn't appeal to me. In the last week or one of the later weeks, he gave us a bunch of leadership actions, and I was able to kind of test drive being that sort of intentional influencer. And I discovered it wasn't for me. I was not expecting that. But that was important to learn. I'm glad I did. The daily accountability, considering this is a distance or virtual program, the daily accountability is amazing without feeling really intrusive. It's very supportive. It helps to get stuff done. There's a reason why I was able to make it to the finish line. That's a big part of it. Also, the daily meditation practice helped to shift that for me from being an emergency stabilization method to being a necessary daily coping mechanism. It's right up there with my daily cup of coffee. I realized that my drive to grow was really just spiritualized self rejection. Um, it was kind of nice to put my life on hold for an extended period of time and just go all in on change and work with some really great people to make that happen. It's something I always wanted to do. Now that I've done it, I realized that, you know, maybe that wasn't what I was looking for, but I would have never known if I hadn't gone all in and tried. I don't really have a better plan that I'm excited about. I don't really find myself in a better personal or professional situation, at least not yet. However, I'm a lot less concerned about how I think it should be and a lot more excited and accepting of how it is. I rediscovered what it feels like to be supported by caring people, and probably that is the biggest impact this program had. I learned things about myself that I hadn't expected to, and I've come a lot closer to accepting them. I think this is worth it. It definitely changed me in at least a few key ways. Thanks.